Hello guys, welcome. This is Deepika from mytutorialrack.com, and in this tutorial we are going to run few more commands inside of Cursor and see what all we can do from Cursor inside of our GitHub repository. So if you go over to your GitHub, you can see there is no code available. You haven't pushed anything to this particular repository. There are no issues created. There is no pull request. So all of this you can do from Cursor inside of your GitHub. So the next thing what we're going to do is these are certain commands I'm going to run, and the next command I'm going to ask is commit the account health service and its corresponding test class to the Cursor project repository. The name of the project would be Cursor project 4 because that is the new repository we have created, and that is the next command I'm going to run. So what I've done is I've copied this statement over here, so I'm going to just go ahead and change it from project 3 to project 4 here. And what will happen is you can push all your classes at once, but let's just play with two classes. We will push the account health service and its corresponding test class to this repository. Okay, so we'll go back to the cursor and we will go over here, and this is the prompt I'm sending, and let's see what will happen. Now what it'll do is it will go ahead and push these two classes, the account health service class and the account health service test class, to this Cursor project 4 repository. It is thinking about it right now, so give it a few minutes. Okay, so now it's saying read these classes. Now it took some time, but you're able to do that. It's reading these classes here. I'm going to go ahead and add MCP tool to allow list, running the MCP tool. And let's see if it's able to push this code over to the repository. So here it is at GitHub to allow this. I'm going to just allow it. And now it has ran the push file, so it is pushing it. Okay, git repository is empty, and then I'm gonna repository is empty and needs initialization. Let me push with proper structure. So what happens is before that you had to run these commands manually, but now Cursor can understand your natural language and you don't have to remember those commands. It is doing everything on your behalf. Okay, it is pushing the code, it is committing the files, it can create issues for you, it can even create your README file and push it inside of your repository. So all these things you can do as if you're talking to a human, right? And Cursor will do the work for you. So this is what's going on. It is running the MCP tool again. And let's see if something has happened here. If we go ahead and refresh it, nothing so far. We can see there is no code has been added, and it's approving. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. Run it again. And it is using MCP GitHub push files command, and it is pushing these files to the repository. Okay, it has ran the push files command, and it can see here successfully committed to Cursor project 4. All these files have been successfully committed, and this is the repository it has committed to. So if you go over here, refresh it, let's see what has happened so far. So you can see here under this, the README is also there. Not much has been written, but README is here. And then you can see under these are the 4 classes it has pushed: the meta file, as well as the test class, as well as the account health service class. You didn't have to do anything. All you have to tell the Cursor was, hey, push these files to the repository, and it did the work for you. So it worked fine. The next one is list open pull request in the repository. So if you want to see, is there any pull request in the repository, you can do that as well. Currently, we don't have any pull requests, so this will not work. So here I'm going to say in the Cursor project 4 repository. Okay, so this is my command I'm going to run. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here, go to my Cursor and paste this, and this will say that there are no pull requests because you have not created any pull request. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and run this. Ran the list pull request here. Let's see what will be the response. You can see no open pull request found here. The repository was just created and only has commits directly to the main branch. There are currently no open pull request. Okay. Now the next prompt that you want to try is, if you want to see, show me the most recent commits on the main branch, ask that, like, okay, we just did committed 4 files, right? So if you wanted to see the recent commits on the main branch in a particular repository, you can go ahead and run this particular command. So I've written down, so I'm going to go ahead and change it to cursor project full repository here. I'm going to go ahead and paste it. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this and go over to my cursor and run this command. And let's see what it replies. Okay, so it's able to communicate very well with the GitHub. So I'm going to go ahead and click on run here. And it tells me the author, it tells me what it has committed. Initial commit was happened for this one. And now these were the latest commit that has happened at this particular time. Okay, only 2 commits in the repository so far. So it was able to tell you how many commits it has done recently. Now the next one is open and display the contents of readme.md from the main branch in this repository. So the next prompt I'm asking, hey, can you tell me what are the contents of the readme file that I have? So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Okay, and this one I'm going to say the same cursor repository 4 here, and we're going to go ahead and copy this and go to the cursor and see what it tells us. Okay, if there is a readme file, it will read the contents. If there is no, it will try to create the readme file. So here it ran get file contents and then run this command. And this is the readme that is trying to read. Okay, and Salesforce project with account health service. This is all the contents that it has. This is a minimal readme that was created during the initial commit. It simply identifies the repository as a Salesforce project containing the account health service. Okay, so this is what it says. Very simple readme file. So if you go back, this is your readme file. It just says this one, and that is pretty much it. So if you want to update readme file, you can try to do that as well through our through the prompt that you can give to the cursor. Okay, the next command I wanted to do is create a new issue in cursor project. Title this one, if you and this is the new issue you want it to create. Okay, so right now if you go over to the issues, there are no issues that are currently either open or closed. So if you wanted to create a new issue, all you need to do is just copy this, and here I'm going to go to the create a new issue in cursor project 4, title this with body this one. So this is the new issue I'm trying to create here. And then I'm going to go to the cursor and paste this command, and we'll hit enter. So now what will happen is it will create a new issue inside of your repository here, which is the name of the repository is cursor project 4. We will run this, and let's see what it does. It is running create issue. And now if you go here and if you refresh this, you will see a new issue has been created. And this is in the open status. This is your issue that has been created. And once you have worked on this issue, you can close this issue as well from the cursor. So you are able to successfully create an issue from your cursor inside of your repository. Okay, so now the next command we want is, let's say this is the one, list all open issues in this project, and we will go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to say list all open issues in cursor project 4, and here also I'm going to update this particular prompt here, and similarly I'll update this one with comment. Okay, so now I'm going to say list all open issues in cursor project 4. So whichever issue that you just created, that issue will be listed down over here. And I'm going to go ahead and run this, and it will tell me the response. Open issues is this one, add this, status is open, there are no comments of it, assignees are none, author is Deepika Khanna. Okay, so now this is another command that we ran, the prompt that we ran. And then we have is add a comment to issue number 1 in the cursor project that says I'll start working on this now. So the next prompt I'm going to give is this one. So we're going to add a comment. Right now there is no comments here. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the cursor and we will run this prompt here. And what it will do is it will add a comment under that issue that you just created. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run this. And let's see what it does. You can see this is the command it run, add issue comment, and your comment has been added to the issue. So if you go here, refresh it, this is your comment that has been pasted. Okay, I'll start working on this now. So there is a comment as well has been added under your issue. Okay, there is one comment you can see from here. Now the next one is close this issue with the comment feature implemented and merged. So if you want to go ahead and close this issue, we will go ahead and close this also. We'll provide this command or the prompt to the cursor, and we will go ahead and hit enter here. And let's see what happens. Now what will happen is the issue will be closed. We'll move to the close status. We'll go ahead and run this. Run it again. And issue has been closed. You can see here. And if you go to the issues now, it is currently in the open. You can see open 1, close 0. I'm going to refresh it and you can see open 0 and closed 1. So now you've successfully closed the issue also. So you can do a lot of things with GitHub, and you can create a pull request, you can do comparison, you can do all of that. But the agenda for this particular section was to show you how you can configure a GitHub MCP server inside of Cursor, and then you can use those tools to push the files, to commit the files, to create the issues, to list down the repositories, create the README file. All of these things you can do within the Cursor, and it will reflect inside of your GitHub account that you have successfully connected with. Okay. So I hope this tutorial was crystal clear. Thank you very much, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Take care.